I'm gonna try to like do this. You can discredit everything I say in here if you're like too time sensitive, like if you're in like middle school or something. But I want people to like I want to shock people like with perspective. I don't know if I want to get emotional. I don't know if I want to get him. This will just be like a bro, and like if you're interested in an emotions vlog. So it's like I was practicing what I was gonna say on here in real time. I'm just gonna repeat it on here. I don't believe a damn word that comes out of people's mouths anymore. Like, I'll give an example. It's like, people present to me, they'll say, oh, if you go do this, right? Go in the Marine Corps, go in the NFL. It's like, if I get there, oh, okay. She's like, oh, okay, now. It's like, I don't believe a word you're telling me. Like, you're 100-pound or a trillion-pound dumbbell, and I'm not carrying it around. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't believe a word you're saying. Like, it's like me on the street. It's like, if I'm on the street, just show me that, and they're like, no. And I'm like, so it wouldn't have made a difference. And I'm trying to touch the heart of women like outside the city so they can hear me. Because I know there's like at least a core group of 350,000 people that are going to be like, I didn't know that women were like this. I didn't know that men were like this. I didn't know that there are some really crazy people or real people out there that are like the circus. So I'm just going to like kind of like just get into it. And I just stopped trying, bro. I literally do. When they say, hey, listen, like, why aren't you like, I just like anytime a girl texts me, I just don't pick up the phone anymore. I don't believe words. I really don't. So when my dad's like talking to me and he's like, oh, do all these things, I'm like, I'm just gonna say what I said before, and I want people to understand it from my perspective. It's like I never said certain things to women. I should say it in this one. I never get to say my point of view to the opposite, like give them a review. I never get to do it. You see it on you see it like joking around, but I'm gonna say it's like if I buy a nice car and I buy a big vehicle or not a nice nice car and a really nice home, and that girl walks up finally for whatever reason or time frame you need to validate whatever or whatever fitness thing. It's like I'm embarrassed that you couldn't see that that's very hard to achieve, and I'm embarrassed that people can't see that whatever I've done, especially if it's through music, is a God-given ability. And you would sit here and you would like insult me and act as if that everyone can do what I've done. But it's the fact that it is a God-given ability, and it took you if some people a long time to see that it is God-given and it's rare. Like that's the part that really like just strikes a nerve in me. And I don't want to go too much onto like, the psychological things, but the point is like my emotion isn't exciting. It's just I'm embarrassed. Like I've never said that to groups of people or to a group of women or like to Gulf Coast, but or anyone, Florida Gulf Coast, Wittenberg University, any girl, like this is like kind of like ahead of you guys' time. I don't think you'll have this perspective here in high school, but it's like after I achieve all that, you approach me, any girl. I'm just embarrassed that you're walking up to me and you like, I'm just embarrassed. Just in general. Like, I'm embarrassed. Like, should I just go here on this? Oh, Isaiah, start drinking. Drunk honesty? Should I just be drunk honest? What gets me is not the cheating part. What gets to me is like, not the player part. What gets to me is like, I really need to show you women what you sound like. I really need to. Without hurting your feelings, I have to show you women what you sound like. You're supposed to treat women, right? You're supposed to treat women like your mother. So when I hear girls and they're like brainwashed and stuff and they're saying other things, it's like, it sounds to me that you're trying to screw, like, let's say I'm the core piece of a chess piece. I'm the king, right? You're trying to basically insult the king, and I want to challenge everything that you're saying. That's why I said I'm not getting married. I want to challenge, prove me why I get married, and I'll do it. But if not saying do it, but the concept is, I'm going to challenge the marriage thing, which means I'm going to just, customer's always right, just basically, just honestly tell you, like, if you're going to be there, it's almost like this is what I said yesterday. It's like, If my daughter, she'll basically tell me to an attractive Isaiah, we're gonna get married, and I said ring, right? See the ring. You're talking about rings, right? Marriage is start to finish. I agree with I agree with start to finish. But these women are basically programmed to think that, they're just getting married for one day, and as soon as you get married for one day, they just want to leave the second, like, right after. And I'll just say it better than what I said. It's just when a girl tells marriage, I feel like they just mean the one day. I don't think they mean like start to finish. Because what I'm offering here is a marriage. I'm on the street, for better for worse. Like, I'm not sleeping outside, Isaiah. I'm not sleeping in a car. I'm not sleeping through hardship. I said, but but that's why you trust somebody, or that not trust it, but that's what builds trust. Because you can see that person's down for you. See that person's down for you. If that makes sense. I'm just gonna say it one more time. You women have a tendency to mislead guys. This marriage stuff is nonsense. This marriage stuff is an insult. If you want the ring for one day. Like, I think I said something on the lines of, like, it shouldn't even be a ring. Oh no, you should get a ring like after 25 years. As a reward for you being faithful. You know what I mean? Because, like, to me, it's just like, you just want the ring, and then you don't give a rip. You know what I mean? You don't. Should I just say the truth? I'm just gonna give you you wouldn't have something wrong with your mind. I'm a very intelligent person. You women are not as intelligent as I thought you are. I'll give you a review. If guys get angry, he's giving them closure. I want you to know, this thing that my gen does is they try to do like this thing where you think you're right and you're not. And I'll just break it down. We go off the personality test, which means that it's not a kind gesture to date someone out of, like, oh, I feel sorry for him. It's not, you don't do that. And girls even ask me, Isaiah, would you? And I said, I don't want to be lied to like that, because it hurts to know that you would do the same thing. Like, if you, like, it hurts. Doesn't feel, I'm not going to fake, like, don't fake be in love with me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean that just like that. So what I mean is, like, I don't need to know that you've been with, like, a black dude. Like, I don't care about any of that. I don't. I'm still too filtered. Basically what I'm getting to, like, in this is, like, you women have, like, a perception problem. You see yourselves differently than, like, the way that, like, I'll be honest with you, bro. I've met some women, and I don't want to, like, talk for every woman, but, like, you women are, like from my generation, are really mean. And when I say really mean, it's like, I'm not attracted to, like, mean girls. Not the movie. I'm not attracted to, like, suicide. I'm not attracted to, like, mental health and depression. I'm not attracted to that. This isn't a nagging woman. This is, like, there's some really mean people out there, man. There's some mean people. There's some mean people. I'm not attracted to that. I'm still too filtered. I'm too filtered. It's like I'm too nice to be able to say stuff on here. How do I say this? I realized for the first time in my life, I know it's going to be hard to hear, that you women are not as good as I thought you were. And I'm not talking about eye-awakening good. I'm talking about, like, I went into, like, a store for the first time in life, and, like, I don't have to worry about, being, like, hurt by a female. But some of these girls are, like, they would shoot you. You know what I mean? And if you're a female, they don't care. Like, they don't want to be your friend. They don't care about the words that come out of your mouth. I'm not saying the street or the ghetto, or they, like, but, like, some girls, like, they really aren't your friend, bro. Like, they don't care about privacy. They don't care about any of that. I'm not talking about relation. I'm talking about characteristics. They don't care. Like, and I'm talking about it from someone that's gone around. Like, I've met a lot of people, and I've studied it, and I've allowed myself. I use Hooters as an example. These are the women. These are people say, Isaiah, okay, so you found one. You found one group, batch of good ones. I went to an environment, and I'm like, these are the. I'll put them on blast, and so you can see my perspective. The biggest, like, I was afraid to go into that store because of the truth of those girls, which is like, these are the girls that you know for a fact would make you feel inferior. Like, go shave your nutsack before you talk to me. Did you see him? His breath was like nasty, like right to your face, like not on TV in your face. Like, look at this guy, disgusting. But the point of what I'm getting to is these girls are like the stereotypical ones I'm talking about are like when you're like in grade school and you like have great intentions and like they're like the pretty ones and stuff, and they would just like make you cry, with some of the things like getting in like not like talking about your insecurity and stuff, but like it's to the point where like I asked the question of like I gotta screen some of this stuff because like when people don't change. But I'm being honest, like people don't change. I'm not saying everyone. I'm talking about from the women community of like personality trait. You know what I mean? Like I'm like seeing girls cry. Like I'm walking in, hey, and they're like almost look like they want to break down and cry in front of me. Like get me out of here. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's crazy. Like Olay's like the makeup's running down their face. They're like mid crying and stuff. And I'm like, wow, is it that freaking bad? You know what I mean? Like that's all I'm gonna get to. But that's the number one reason I know. Like, how do I explain it? It's just you women have I'll just say it like this. I'll just say it like this. You women are wrong, and it's gonna take someone like me to show you how wrong you are. I just want to just how wrong you are, and how wrong you are, and it comes down to like they'll say you like basically it's the concept of like you know I just not that you guys need to be woken up or anything, but like it's apparent to me that a lot of these relationships you want to believe everything that people tell you. That's why I'm outside. You want to, and I do this with like reading. You want to believe that the guy in high school loves you. You want to believe that when you go on eHarmony that person actually wants to love you. You want to believe that the guy that came up to you on DMs loves you. You want to believe like anytime that something is real, you want to believe it. You really want to believe it, like, and you will do whatever you have to do to somehow convince yourself this person's real. Not saying they're hiding something, but like let's say you have 15, you want to believe that all those people like are going to love you. And the reality is that only one person is going to love you for real. And I'll share mine. Tinashe O. Right? I'm probably the only real one in her timeline, and she knows it, and she's getting probably upset. And I'll tell you why. And I said, because they may be good. Like, you can say whatever you want to say, but it's hard to find that one person who's genuine. And I mean exactly what I say. Like, I mean it very. I'll be honest. I'm out. Like, I'm doing the thing, showing people. You need to. I know some girls are humbled by it. I can make it a lot of people because I did it right the first time. There's a lot of people once you're out here, bro. I'm being dead serious. That if you gave them an opportunity, you know what I mean? You would like I'm letting you know. You want to believe it, and it's just like maybe one person. Like basically you're lucky if you have one. Like what you guys are asking for is literally like super rare. Like you have to be it or see it for a long time to trust someone like that. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, you women are out of your mind sometimes. Like when I see some of these, like I'm like, just you want it to believe it. That's the point. Like you want it to believe it. You want it. So you're like convincing yourself. Like you want it to believe that that person loved you. You want to believe it. You'll do whatever. Not even love is blind. Screw that. You want to believe it. Every time someone comes up to you and talks to you, like you want to believe it. Like on text message, like you want to believe it.